Consider this fact. Jesus' father, Joseph, was of more use than Jesus was. More use to the townsfolk than Jesus was. And that's been the same throughout history. God is not of much use. Now, let me elaborate. Joseph was a carpenter. Who would you rather have if you needed to repair a door? Jesus or Joseph? Who would you rather have to make you some wooden shoes? Who would you rather have to make you a chair? Maybe Jesus was as skilled as his father. Do we know that? In which case, Jesus was equally as good and of use. But Jesus came to teach a spiritual matter. He came to teach that we could live in heaven on earth. He came to teach that we could be transformed from our egoic nonsense, of our irritations and double-mindedness and anxiety and unlove and unhappiness. He came to teach us a way out of the frictions and the wars and the competitions and all that nonsense. But people weren't really interested. They might have listened, but they weren't practicing what he asked. He asked them to forget themselves and to remember God instead. He wanted to help people to realize God. He wanted to help people to realize what he had realized. But people are far more interested, surely, in getting their chairs and doors and tables repaired. Just as it is today. If I went next door and asked and said to them, look what I've got to offer you. Well, think of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what they do, isn't it? They go around the streets and the houses with the thought that they will be doing some good, bringing God into people's lives. But two people arrive on your doorstep. One is very able to do all the practical things of life, of living, maybe a general dog's body or DIY man. And the other is a Jehovah's Witness. Obviously, you're going to choose the former, not the Jehovah's Witness. And what if Jesus did arrive on your doorstep? Would you recognize him? No, of course not. It's a farce. We live in a farce. People there, they are thousands and millions of people. How many are there? There's over 2 billion Christians alive today. Now, are they all practitioners? Have they all realized God? Of course not. Makes no difference what you call yourself. No difference whatsoever. But consider what I said at the very beginning. Jesus was not as much use as his father. Unless, of course, as I said, if Jesus was a carpenter. So who would you rather have? Maybe you would rather have both. A person that was a lover of God and a very practical person like me. I can put my hands to most things. And God reveals himself through people like me. People who transcend themselves. You are like me. So why isn't God revealing himself through you, or is he? God is his wonderful spirit, his love force, his joy, his delight. God is already happiness. We need an agent, though. We need a doorway, we need a bridge to God to change your egoic destiny. But an interesting consideration: who's going to turn up at your door next? What type of workman do you require in your house next? What needs repairing next? So when you pray for a miracle to happen, miracles happen every day. The people that arrive into your lives, these are little miracles happening all the time. Someone that offers you a cup of tea. Someone offers you a chair to sit on. These are little miracles. This is the way God lives. He works in mysterious ways. These hands are the hands of God. This mouth is the mouth of God. These eyes are the eyes of God. And so are yours. And so is everybody's. The body mind is God's vehicle. See this to be the case. And allow God to take you over. A life of love and happiness and joy. While you're inviting the carpenter in, while you're making him a cup of tea, while he's doing the work. Understand this. And be liberated from all the doubts and fears and anxieties that plague your body-mind. The way of the heart. Thank you for listening.